Material quantity variance helps organizations to track any inefficiencies in their manufacturing processes by comparing the actual quantity of materials used in the production during a period and the standard quantity of materials that was planned. Hey friends, it's Amar, and in this video I'll be talking about material quantity variance, what it is, and how you can calculate it. This will be followed by an example and a short quiz, and in the last part of this video I'll be discussing the causes for favorable and adverse material quantity variance. So let's get started. Material quantity variance is the difference between the actual quantity of materials used in the production process during a period and the standard quantity of materials that are required to manufacture the actual level of output. To calculate the material quantity variance, we need to multiply the standard quantity of materials by the standard price and subtract this value by the product of the actual quantity of materials and the standard price. We can also simplify this calculation by multiplying the standard price of a material by the difference between the standard quantity and the actual quantity. Let's learn how to calculate the material quantity variance using an example. Let's say you're an accountant at a company that makes olive oil. In preparing the budget for the next month, you estimate that it will take 5 kilograms of olives to make 1 bottle of olive oil, and it will cost $3 to purchase 1 kilogram of olives. The estimated production volume of olive oil is 1,000 bottles, which means a total quantity of 5,000 kilograms of olives are planned to be used in the next month's production cycle. During the next month, however, the company produced 1,500 bottles of olive oil using 8,000 kilograms of olives, which were purchased at the cost of $4 per kg. To calculate the material quantity variance, the first thing we need to figure out is the standard quantity, which in this case is the quantity of olives that would have been allowed in the budget if the budget was based on the actual production volume of 1,500 bottles of olive oil instead of 1,000 bottles. So to calculate the standard quantity, we multiply 5 kilograms, which is the standard quantity of olives required to produce 1 bottle of olive oil, and multiply that by 1,500, which is the actual production volume. This gives us a standard quantity of 7,500 kilograms. We multiply this by the standard price, which is $3, and subtract the resulting amount by the product of the actual quantity, which is 8,000, and the standard price. The resulting variance is $1,500 adverse. The variance is adverse because the company has consumed more resources to manufacture the olive oil than what was expected. Another way to calculate the material quantity variance is to multiply the standard price of $3 by the difference between the standard quantity and the actual quantity. Alright guys, time for a short quiz. I'll be asking you guys 3 questions and let's see how many you can get right. If you want more time to answer a specific question, simply pause the video before I reveal the correct answer. So let's start. Okay, question 1. Which of the following formulas for calculating the material quantity variance is correct? Okay, so the correct answer was B. I think that was pretty simple. Moving on to question 2. If manufacturing a single shirt requires a standard quantity of 2 meters of a fabric and the actual quantity used in producing 1,000 shirts is 1,800 meters, the material quantity variance will be A. adverse or B. favorable. The correct answer is B. favorable. That's because the actual quantity, which is 1,800 meters, is less than the standard quantity that was expected, which in this case is 2,000 meters. Alright, question 3. What is the material quantity variance if the actual price of a material is $10 per unit, the standard price is $8 per unit, the actual quantity of materials is 500 units, and the standard quantity of materials is 600 units. Alright, the correct answer is B, $800 favorable. To calculate the variance, we needed to multiply the standard price, which is $8 per unit, by the difference between the actual quantity and the standard quantity, which is 100 units. The variance is favorable because the actual quantity of materials used is less than the standard quantity. The material quantity variance is favorable if the actual quantity of materials used in the production is less than the standard quantity. This is because the business has used fewer resources than what was allowed in the budget. A favorable material quantity variance can be caused by the use of bigger or better equipment to process the materials, an improvement in the quality of materials purchased, more efficient use of materials by the production staff, optimizing the manufacturing process to lower the wastage of materials and frequency of breakdowns, and an overestimation of the materials usage in the budget. The material quantity variance is adverse or unfavorable if the actual quantity of materials used in the production is higher than the standard quantity. This makes sense because the business has consumed more resources to manufacture its output compared to the budget. Causes of an adverse material quantity variance include an increase in the frequency of equipment failures, the purchase of substandard materials that are difficult to work with or have a higher than usual percentage of defects, inefficiencies in the manufacturing process, turnover of experienced production staff, and an underestimation of the materials usage in the budget. Guys, if you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can also check out my website accountingo.org for more resources on material quantity variance and other accounting topics. Thank you for watching.